Tell someone write in a professional tone, and you'll get their guess at professional. Tell someone be concise but include relevant details, and you'll get their guess at concise. With AI, guessing is exactly what happens when you only describe what you want instead of showing it. Welcome to this explainer. We're going to dive right into this idea of show, don't tell, and figure out how we can completely eliminate all that frustrating guesswork.
So here is the absolute root of the problem. Words like professional, concise, or even just good, well, they mean entirely different things to different people. And honestly, more importantly, they mean completely different things to the AI model. When you just use a written description, you're leaving this massive room for interpretation. And interpretation? Yeah, that's exactly where your AI results go totally sideways. You're essentially asking the model to read your mind based on highly subjective adjectives.
But there is a brilliantly simple fix for this, and it's called few-shot prompting. The idea is simple: showing a few correct examples of a task before asking the model to continue the pattern. Instead of just describing the task to the AI, you actually show it a few examples of the work done perfectly, and then you just ask the model to continue to pattern. Giving it these examples completely removes the ambiguity that words alone just can't handle.
Let's actually see how this plays out in a real-world scenario. Let's compare zero-shot versus few-shot. Picture building an email classifier. In a zero-shot approach, you just say, hey, classify this email as sales, support, partnership, or spam, and then you just cross your fingers and hope for the best. You've given it a rule, sure, but absolutely no context. Now let's contrast that against the sheer power of the few-shot approach. With few-shot prompting, you show the model exactly what you mean first. You give it 3 very specifically labeled examples. 1, an email about distribution opportunities. You label that partnership. 2, an urgent password reset scam, labeled spam. And 3, a complaint about a broken export feature, labeled support. Now you ask the model to classify a brand new email. It isn't blindly interpreting anymore. It has a precise pattern to follow. And because of that, its accuracy literally jumps. The master carpenter, learning by example. You see, this pattern matching process is highly natural. Actually, it's exactly how apprentices learn a trade. Think of a master carpenter teaching a young apprentice how to cut a dovetail joint. The master carpenter doesn't just verbally describe it, because words alone simply cannot convey the angle, the pressure, or the specific feel of the cut. No, they demonstrate it. They watch the apprentice try, and they correct them from there. As the saying goes, demonstration carries information that description simply cannot. And that is exactly why few-shot consistently beats zero-shot on complex AI tasks. You aren't hoping the model magically guesses your intent, you are showing it exactly what correct looks like, and you're letting it match the pattern. And that actually brings us to a really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive bonus rule. Let's look at instructions versus examples. When your written instructions and your provided examples conflict with one another, the AI model will almost always follow the examples. The pattern basically overrides the rule. Because the AI defers to the demonstration, you need to make absolutely sure your examples embody every single quality you're asking for. The tone, the length, the specific structure, you gotta get it right in the examples. Because those examples, they will always speak louder than any descriptive instructions you write out. Which brings us to our final, absolutely essential takeaway for this explainer. Stop describing what you want, show it, and let the model do the rest. So the next time you sit down to prompt an AI, I want you to ask yourself, are you just describing a subjective standard, or are you actually demonstrating the exact pattern for success?